Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
Hey, thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Justin Cool.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, the city of Jamestown man is facing charges after police say he threw a woman at a lawnmower. Details coming up.
Plus, a Jamestown City Councilman discusses transparency with us. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with a first look at our forecast. Happy Monday, Dakota.
Happy Monday, Jay and Matt, and we hope you had a wonderful weekend. Of course, it was almost a fabulous weekend, and now we've got some more rain to go through. You can see it here on First Defense Doppler on a time lapse. Over the past 5 hours, we've had a few scattered rain showers moving through, and this activity will uptick as we go through the afternoon and especially into tonight. Now, the Storm Prediction Center does have a less than average marginal risk for severe weather defined for the southern tier. That's a level 1 out of 5. This isn't for this afternoon. This is actually for overnight tonight, and then early tomorrow morning. We'll actually time out the whole thunderstorms a little bit later on in the full weather segment for you. But 76 over 55, that's where we were yesterday. And of course, this morning, a little bit below average, but that low temperature was right at average. No rain officially gauged at the airport, and hope you enjoy the sunset time, because as we go into July, the sunset, it gets shorter, so we start to lose daylight as we go into July. So hour by hour, temperatures should at least make it back into the mid to upper 70s with a few scattered rain showers through the day. And again, as we head into the evening hours, that's when we get into that severe potential. We'll time it out with Future Scan and that 7-day forecast later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
All right, looking forward to it. Dakota, thank you. Our top story, the city of Jamestown man is facing a number of charges, including assault, after state police said he injured a woman by throwing her into a lawnmower on Sunday. 20-year-old Jonathan Camacho allegedly violated an order of protection while visiting his Sinclairville residence. While their troopers allege that Camacho broke the protected party's television and attempted to fight random neighbors. Troopers say he allegedly picked up one woman by her neck and threw her into a lawnmower, resulting in injury. Camacho was arrested and taken to the state police barracks in Jamestown for processing. He was then taken to Chautauqua County Jail pending arraignment on a number of charges, including assault and criminal mischief.
City of Jamestown man was arrested after police say he stalked a woman and stole her bike during a domestic dispute last week in the area of Liberty Street. Jamestown police say they charged 33-year-old Jonathan Rivera with petty larceny and fourth-degree stalking. Police say he allegedly made several unwanted calls and text messages to the victim. When arrested near Lakeview Avenue and East 6th Street, Rivera was allegedly riding a bike that was stolen from the victim. He was taken into custody and transported to Jamestown City Jail, pending arraignment.
Well, new management of the Jamestown Jammers, Jamestown Community Baseball LLC, will officially lease Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park today following a lease signing ceremony establishing the group as the primary tenant of the ball field. Officials announced the new ownership in April after a nearly 6-month search following Rock Ventures, the former owner of the Jammers, and their sudden cease of operations in October. The Jammers team will be managed by Jordan Basil, a Jamestown native who is presently serving as the head coach at Patrick Henry Community College in Martinsville, Virginia. Jamestown Community Baseball LLC is a membership organization operating under a subscription-based model, a 7-member board of directors led by Russell E. Dietrich Jr. himself. And they tell us they've already had several investors pledging their support for the future of baseball here in Jamestown. The Jammers are set to play in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League in June of 2020.
Raven Mason Thompson, the woman challenging incumbent Tony Doles in a Republican primary for the city of Jamestown's Ward 2 seat, has called for an increase in transparency in city government as part of her campaign. During an interview with WNY News Now on Friday, Doles explained that he and the municipality at large has always been transparent.
The transparency has always been there. The minutes of the meeting, certainly our meetings are always open to the public. I try to do the best I can to get as much information out to people, being responsive to constituent concerns and issues of the neighborhoods. So I'm not really sure what they mean by transparency. I'm kind of taken aback by that because sometimes people will use that as kind of an issue of possibly something that isn't quite right. And everything we do is open and transparent.
Now, Doles also serves as a teacher at Jamestown High School, and as a reminder, polls are open from noon till 9 tomorrow for this year's primaries. Voters must be a registered Republican or Democrat, and Republicans can only vote for Republicans, and Democrats can only vote for Democrats.
Well, certainly will be an interesting election. The primary election come tomorrow, and as a second reminder to your reminder, you can catch all of the action unfold live right here on WNY News Now starting tomorrow at 9 p.m. When polls close. We will be here live on Facebook with Matt Hummel, Rory Polero, and myself, our normal round table discussions of the elections, watching the results, coming live, and keeping everyone updated as well on where their candidate stands. And there's a number of really big, high-profile races, Matt. And if you missed it last week, we talked about and kind of broke them down more in depth. You can see that right now if you go to WNYNewsNow.com and click on Election 2019, and the stories are all right there, trying to keep everybody informed about their candidates. So certainly a lot of discussion going on, especially here in Jamestown.
I mean, I'm excited for tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be a very telling day.
Yeah, I agree.
In more than one way. So I'm really excited for a roundtable. I don't know about you, Justin.
It'll be a great time to be able to really feel the pulse of where the community is on their vote. So, really, if you are registered to vote, you're registered within the party. Obviously, New York, as you explained there, has a closed party system. So you have to be a registered Republican to vote in Republican primary races, and vice versa. You have to be a registered Democrat to vote in Democrat primary races, which I don't believe there are any contested, at least locally, Democrat elections.
Not that I can think of.
Not for this summer primary. And it's interesting because the primary is in June, which is a lot earlier. And Governor Andrew Cuomo and the state lawmakers moved that earlier this year. So happy Monday to all of you. Joseph, hello. And election returns. What a show. And surprisingly, a lot of people think, for us, we're all big nerds, so to speak, when it comes to that, right? Where we like that kind of data. But we found, it's really, really vital and interesting to have a local angle on election night. For this primary election, we will be having, these candidates on the phone. Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello, will be talking with us as the evening rolls along. Andrew Liuzzo, Dave Wolfong will be reaching out to these people, Kurt Crandall, to try to get their reaction as they're at their homes or sometimes at election parties. And then obviously last year on election night, we had live coverage from boots on the ground. For a primary, we're not going to have that this time around, but come the fall, we definitely will. So it should be great. And thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. We certainly try very hard, and we appreciate those comments there. Hello to Leanna. Hello to Pam. Hello to Brenda joining us. Mackenzie is here as well. We have a lot more local news to tell you about, though, this Monday. Where New York State ranks on a child poverty list. The details.
But first, a new lakeside boardwalk is set to open today. Dakota.
Look over the Seneca Allegheny Casino in Salamanca. The traffic is flowing fine over I-86. Boy, that's a mouthful. And that temperature is 66 degrees. We're going to warm it up a little bit, but the humidity comes up with it. We'll talk about it next. WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
What we did is we threw the kids away, and that is an issue for me.
It's this illusion of a design for the future while still living in a society that suppresses the past.
It's a lot of small businesses out here. We're not corporate made, so we don't get the attention that we deserve also.
You put money in your residence and the value of your property does not increase.
You know, we've taken God out of the equation. Because of that, I believe that we have gone on this downhill spiral.
Raven's been at my home. I think this is the fourth meeting to discuss issues. How's things going? What would you like to see change?
And she's pushing for small businesses.
I just think it's time to try something new and see if someone else can make a positive difference.
That's the type of genuine person that should be in public service.
So if we want to make a difference, we have to vote differently. I'm Raven Mason Thompson, running for Ward 2 City Council, and look forward to your vote on the June 25th primary.
And happening now, officials in the village of Celeron will be hosting a ribbon cutting today to officially open their brand new boardwalk at Lucille Ball Memorial Park. Mayor Scott Schreckengost previously told WNY News Now that a lot of work has been done to freshen up the village as tourists pour into the area. Schreckengost said that the process to build the boardwalk wasn't easy. Funding was a principal cause for design changes. Now, the mayor will be joined by other officials, including Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello, to cut the ribbon today at 4 p.m., and the public is invited to attend.
And a report released by the Annie E. Casey Foundation ranks New York State at near the bottom for childhood economic well-being. The Foundation's 2019 Kids Count data book ranks the state 42nd among others in the nation. The report based its findings off of several statistics, including children living in single-parent households and/or in high-poverty areas. The Foundation officials told us that overall the well-being of children across the nation improved in 11 of 16 categories between 1990 and 2017, but racial and ethnic disparities still persist. New York State has taken some important steps to improve the well-being of children recently. The report cited the state's paid family leave system and expansion of pre-K education as, quote, positive steps. Foundation did note, however, that the upcoming census will help further data in their report by counting how many young children live in the state.
And the National Comedy Center was named one of People magazine's 100 Reasons to Love America in the publication's July 1st cover story this week. One of only 3 museums on the publication's annual list, People cited the National Comedy Center as, quote, the country's first museum devoted to comedy and, quote, worth the trip to Jamestown, New York, Lucille Ball's hometown. Previously, the NCC was voted a Best New Attraction by USA Today, readers earlier this year ranking number 2 out of 20 new attractions and ranking as the number 1 museum and number 1 ticketed attraction nationwide. In March, Congress designated the center as the United States' official cultural institution dedicated to presenting the story of comedy and its heritage. Opening last August, the National Comedy Center uses state-of-the-art technology, interactivity, and personalization to create what they dubbed a first 21st century museum environment.
Well, if you're looking to perfect your summer body, maybe grab an extra cup of coffee. A new study shows your favorite cup of joe could help you fight fat. The University of Nottingham claims that coffee helps stimulate brown fat reserves, which play a role in how quickly you burn calories. The study showed levels of brown fat are higher in children but decrease as you get older. Coffee apparently helps boost their fat-burning power. Scientists say they still need to do more research to figure out exactly what is in coffee that helps speed up weight loss. The study was published in the journal Scientific Reports. You know, Matt, I feel like they're always saying more research is needed when they have these kinds of things, but You must be doing pretty good, because Matt Hummel, if you don't know, is the coffee king. If you need coffee, go to Matt's office, because you always have a lot of it.
I do. Well, why not? I mean, you need it. Gotta wake up.
Right, exactly. So, I really think it's probably, I've talked to my doctor about this before, but it's probably a psychological thing, at least she thinks so anyways, where you have your cup of Joe and you have a good day. When I don't have my cup in the morning, or I have it later than I usually do, I have a bad day. But, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is.
I gotcha.
And I'm one of those probably rare Americans, because I know you're Mr. Up and Go, right? You don't hang around too much at home?
When, in the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say up and go.
Okay, see, I'm up and slow. And then I eat my breakfast and watch TV, and then I go into wherever I gotta go. And it helps me wake up. So, if coffee's gonna help me lose a couple of pounds too, I mean, hey, God willing, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know, what are you guys thinking?
Well, Lena's right, though. Don't load on the cream and sugar.
That's true. And that's probably where it bites you in the behind.
Yes.
Because that's they didn't talk about that in the study at all, so I would imagine that would probably do it. Dave, my blood is caffeine. I love it. I'm going to give him what's your blood type? Blood C. For what? Caffeine.
I like it.
Good afternoon to Alberta as well. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Thanks to Thomas for joining us too. And Cheryl is here, and Kathy. Happy Monday to all of you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. It was beautiful.
It was.
It really was. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He has more details on whether this week's weather will be the same.
And later, the city of Jamestown, they cut the ribbon on a new playground. Details ahead as News Now continues.
Well, hey, my name's Dave Wilfong, and I want to be the mayor of the city of Jamestown. I grew up in the city of Jamestown, graduated from Jamestown High School, and after graduation, I went into the U.S. Army for 4 years. When I came back to Jamestown, I noticed that Jamestown had taken a different road, a road that I wasn't happy with. In 2014, I was elected as Chautauqua County Representative from District 11 in the city of Jamestown. I promised my constituents 3 things: that I would lower taxes, I would cut wasteful spending in government, and I would decrease the size of government. And I'm proud to say that I've done all 3 things. I think we need to move Jamestown to the manufacturing base that it once knew and was actually king of at one time. We need to provide shovel-ready sites. We need to provide a workforce that's ready to take on those jobs and bring the tax base back to Jamestown and make Jamestown the American city that it used to be and still can be. My name's Dave Wilfong. I'm running for mayor of the city of Jamestown. Please vote for me on primary day, June 25th. The polls are open from 12 to 9. Thank you so much.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And next week, we'll have a story talking about how coffee makes you gain weight. It's just how it is. Let's take a look at the comfort index through the week. And we're going to be dealing with humidity once again this week. So a little bit humid today, more humid tomorrow. And look at Wednesday and Thursday. We shoot the humidity values way up into this oppressive level. That's when it's nasty and gross, and that's what we call the air you can wear. You could just go outside and wear the air at that point. It dips a little bit off on Friday, but still humid. So this week is going to be almost a repeat of last week, where it's still going to be very humid. Here's the News Now cam. The clouds are really starting to break apart. We actually have some sunshine starting to peek through. It's 72 at the airport. Got a south wind of 12. There's that dew point of 62. And again, when the dew points in the 60s. That's when you really start to feel the moisture in the air. So it still feels like 72 when you step outside, but you'll feel the moisture on your skin as you step out. All right, now let's talk about this severe weather threat that's going to happen possibly tonight. So the main timing window on this is going to be 10 o'clock tonight, lasting till 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. So this is an overnight deal. But the good news is the overall severe weather threat is limited, but just because it's limited does not mean it's not zero. There is the chance a couple of storms could contain some strong gusty winds, and definitely some heavy downpours is possible in this as well. So here's just the impacts for you. Again, mainly heavy rain and gusty winds. These are the two main factors that we're going to be dealing with throughout the night tonight. And again, because it's overnight, just make sure you have a NOAA weather radio. You download our app. We'll push warnings out on that. And of course, have a good warning on your smartphone app as well. So again, there's that marginal risk defined by the Storm Prediction Center. It's mainly for the southern tier and northwestern PA. That seems to be the best shot for any of the strong any of the strong thunderstorms. Here's First Defense Doppler. We have just a few light rain showers that are coming through the eastern southern tier. All this is moving out of Cat County, moving into Allegheny County. But there will be a few more scattered showers to go through throughout the day. High pressures moving on out. These two low pressure areas are associated with a front that's going to be moving on through, and that is the system that's moving our way over the next few hours. So here's Future Scan. There's that rain. It hightails out to the east. There you see the thunderstorm development starting to come in tonight, and then that'll overspread the region throughout the overnight, and then early tomorrow morning. Best chance of rain tomorrow is going to be in the morning hours. It starts to taper off for the afternoon, leading to partly sunny skies once again, and Wednesday will be another almost repeat of that. So again, showers and thunderstorms tonight. A few strong, very muggy though. Look at these low temps, 61 to 67. So it's going to be a very muggy night with a southwest wind averaging 10 to 20 miles per hour. All right, here comes the next 7 days of your life. 74 tomorrow, 80 on Wednesday. And again, with that, it makes it feel a lot warmer when you add the humidity in play. And it's going to feel like summer as we go throughout the week and into early next weekend. Sports is next. Don't go away.
From our doorsteps to Albany, it's about 300 miles, but most days it's like we're worlds apart. Hi, I'm George Borrello. I'm running for state senate because Albany politicians don't listen, don't lead, and they put their radical New York City agenda ahead of us.
George Borrello was born and raised here. He built a successful business before entering public service. George knows what it takes to help employers grow and prosper. It starts with ending Albany's policies crushing local businesses.
Our way of life is under attack. People are forced to leave here to look for opportunities. This has to stop. As your senator, I'll focus on training programs for workers so everyone has the skills to secure good-paying jobs and local businesses can grow and thrive. I'm George Borrello. I'll stand up for our hardworking families, businesses, farmers, and veterans every day. Albany is ignoring us. It's time they start listening.
Conservative Republican George Borrello for State Senate, the voice we need working for us. Vote primary day Tuesday, June 25th. Paid for by Borrello for Senate.
I listened. I brought the community together to meet with elected officials. I am accessible. I stand for full transparency and accountability. I will continue as your mayor to do these things. Vote June 25th. Andrew Arliuzzo.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Manic Monday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. This evening, with a 6 o'clock first pitch, the Tigers will battle the Reds in the first playoff game of the Jamestown Parks Recreation and Conservation Little League Baseball playoffs. It will be the first of a total of a minimum of 10 playoff games to be played over a span of 8 days. The winner of the first playoff game tonight will move on to the next round to play against the Astros. On Saturday, the Jamestown Jackals hired a new general manager. Jamestown hired DeMarcus Oliver as GM, who is the assistant coach of the Raleigh Firebirds during the 2019 season in the basketball league. Oliver brings to the Jackals 15 years of coaching experience, as well as experience in the sales industry. Oliver was also the founder of Chosen One, the generation of North Carolina. Tonight, with a 7:05 first pitch, the New York Mets will begin a 4-game road series against the Philadelphia Phillies. New York slipped to 4th place in the NL East with a 37-41 record, a half game behind the Washington Nationals. Meanwhile, Philly is in 2nd place in the same division with a 39-38 record, 6.5 games behind the 1st place Atlanta Braves. Steven Matz will be on the rubber for New York against Zach Eflin for Philly. The game will be televised on Sportsnet New York. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
All right, Norm, thank you as always. Well, a new play structure is now open along the latest stretch of Jamestown's Riverwalk. City of Jamestown officials cut the ribbon to the new breakwater play structure located on the Riverwalk near 8th Street on Saturday. Now, the play structure is meant to resemble breakwater barriers that protect shorelines from the impact of water. City officials said the project was one of 23, part of Kaboom's Play Everywhere Challenge, which teamed up with the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation's Built to Play initiative. Now, last year, you see footage from that, a new play facility was installed at Jamestown's Chattacoin Park, part of the same initiative. The breakwater play structure was treated with bright blue Line-X and is arranged on top of a rubber surface that acts as both fall protection and underlying colorful base for the design. Now, city officials said the project emphasized the role of play spaces as an amenity and a right for youth in the city. In total, a grant from the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation funded the project with $33,000, while taxpayers paid $17,000 for labor, materials, and equipment cost.
Interesting, Justin. Yeah. I mean, we've had... Now, is that the only one in the city, or did they have a couple?
This is the second one that they've put into Jamestown. As we mentioned, we had the new improvements at Chattacoin Park, which really looks good, right in time for the summer season. So certainly great of the city's council and everyone right now, kind of going in that direction of they want to improve. On projects like this, and really, city officials tell us it wouldn't be possible. They wouldn't be able to fund all of it if it wasn't for groups like the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation and Kaboom, who really does a lot of the work.
Absolutely.
Not just here, but in spaces all across pretty much of the Northeast, Western New York, and Northern Michigan as well. So pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Well, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, will we see you crawling out there on that play space come this afternoon?
Oh boy, I'm way too old to be doing that stuff. But I guess it's always to be good at young at heart.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the thunderstorm impacts for tonight. So again, overnight tonight, it's mainly 10 o'clock tonight until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Could be a few gusty thunderstorms. So again, just make sure you have those weather radios, your apps handy, so that way you can get those throughout the night. Here comes the 7-day, and it's going to feel like summer as we go throughout the week, but that humidity also comes up with those temperatures as well. So it will feel very sticky, icky as we go throughout the weekend into early next weekend.
All right. The air that you can wear.
The air you can wear, that's right.
Matt and I were talking during the break, and I guess we'll say it here because it's kind of silly.
Oh my gosh.
So the air that you can wear, obviously, if I wear air, all I have to wear is my boxers underneath, right?
You don't even need that.
Here he goes.
He walked right into this one. So come Wednesday,
the stuff meteorologists say, dew points make me moist. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Come Wednesday, we'll have you out there on the HD News Now cam on 3rd Street with some air you can wear.
Yeah.
Dakota might be facing charges after
We'll get those black bars, those black censored bars,
Here's a live look over Mayville. Looks like they're doing some cleanup work there with the town. Enjoy the day.
Didn't they just move the floating stage up there too?
Beautiful. They did. Yes. So it's absolutely beautiful. If you can get out.
And Dakota might be living in Mayville pretty soon.
We'll visit you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Have a great day.
We'll do the weather forecast from there too.
Yeah.